When did you decide to run for mayor, and what made you want to run?
Well, I saw the city being wrecked by this Bill de Blasio. He's the part-time mayor, the dope from Park Slope, who smokes Maui Wowie and Hindu Kush, going puff, puff, pass on the back porch of Gracie Mansion every night. And, you know, he wakes up like 12 noon every day. I mean,
he's like a stand-up comic.
Right, but an average person, think of it. If you came to work late twice within a week, you'd be fired, right? Mm-hmm. Not the mayor.
I'd have to be like, oh, it was a gyno, but that wouldn't last.
Exactly. But this guy, you can wake up 12 noon, go back to sleep 10 o'clock at night. You know, maybe it's actually better for the city. The less time he spends being mayor, the less problems that we have. But this was the occasion. My wife, Nancy, was going on the kill list. On the computer, there's a kill list. I explained it earlier. That within 72 hours, if you don't claim a cat or a dog from Animal Care and Control, the shelters for animals in the city of New York, they'll euthanize them. And there was this kitten who had all kinds of medical issues, serious. But my wife, she knows how to nurture them back. She says, Curtis, I'm going to go retrieve this kitten before they kill it. It's like 12 noon on a Saturday. I said, which shelter are you going to? She said, Linden Boulevard in Brooklyn. I said, oh, no, you're not going by yourself. They just had a shootout there. In the Pink Houses, which is on Linden Boulevard the day before. I'll go with you. We're halfway there. It's like 3 o'clock, right? They close at 5. The guy calls up. It's like a scene out of Goodfellas. Calls up Nancy. Don't bother coming. What do you mean? Well, what's the problem? There's nothing you could do about it. We euthanized him.
Oh, no.
She said, why? Why? Well, we're closing early.
Oh, God.
So she pulls the van over, the Guardian Angel Animal Protection van. She starts banging on the dashboard, cursing like I've never heard her curse before, crying. So I realized something horrible happened. And then she elicited to me, I said, Nancy, I'm going to run to become mayor of the city of New York. We're going to have no-kill shelters. I swear on my parents' graves. Now, a lot of people say, come on. Yes, my wife. At that moment, I put everything on the line. I had to leave my job at WABC Radio. I have payments, child support, 80% of my net. Whew, it's a lot, but, you know, it's my problem. But I put everything on the line, and I said, I got to do that. Now, a lot of people said, you did it for animals? I said, no, schmuck putz. I did it because there are so many other people like my wife out there who are so emotionally tied to the fate of our family members. They were our family members, our furry little friends. That it's the only way this is going to change if I become mayor of the city. You didn't do it because of crime. I said, look, I lived through crime before, right? And I'm not, I don't look forward to any of the candidates who were running as being able to resolve this crime problem. I know I could do a better job. But that was the motivation. That was the emotion. On that day, at that moment, I made the decision. I was going to put everything on the line.
You felt called. Yeah.
No doubt about it. And, you know, when you look at these animals on the kill list, you say, my God, why are they going to kill that animal? What's wrong? Is it sick? Is it in pain? I can understand that. You know, no, because nobody claimed it within 72 hours. And then I just want to break into those shelters and rescue all those animals.
Aww. Yeah. You have my vote. We should do like a Cats for Curtis campaign. Like, I don't know, shoot a commercial.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
And I give catnip to all the cats out there, right?
Catnip Curtis.
Blunts to all the hipsters and millennials, catnip to all the cats, and big marrow-filled bones to all the dogs. Because, you know, I'm not talking about the bone you smoke. I'm talking about the marrow-filled bones.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I got another question here from George with an S. George's? Crap. This is some sort of a name I can't pronounce. George Habib. Hey, Curtis, mad respect for how you consoled that man. I want to ask, as a New York Republican, what do you think about Trump?
Well, my opponent, Fernando Mateo, in the primary spent $2 million because he got matching funds. I didn't. I didn't have two nickels to rub together. And his advertisement was, Curtis is no Republican. True. And he's a never Trumper. True. I did not vote for Trump either time. I didn't vote for Hillary. I didn't vote for Biden. I voted for independent candidates. The last one, Brock Pierce, who was on the Independence Party line. Oh, did I get blowback from Republicans? What? You didn't vote for Trump? I said, no. I had a love-hate relationship with Donald Trump over 30 years. But I wasn't going to vote for him for president. When he would get into those Twitter frenzies, I wanted to put Chinese finger cuffs on him. He'd be commenting about things that had nothing to do with the president.
Trap. Yeah.
Right, manic depressive. That's the problem. But Joe Biden, Hillary Rodham Clinton, so I went the independent route because I've always been independent. I used to be the New York State Reform Party chairman until Andrew Evil Eyes Cuomo wiped out all third parties because he wanted to kill the Working Families Party, but guess what? He only strengthened them. So I'm an odd bird when it comes to being a Republican. The money people hate me. Isn't this ironic? Eric Adams, the Democrat, right? The guy who claims he's blue collar, loved by the rich and the wealthy and Wall Street. Curtis Sliwa, the Republican, hated by the establishment, but loved by the peeps in the subways and the projects.
Wow.
This has never occurred in the history of politics.
It sounds backwards. Yeah.
Well, no, because it's who I am. And they don't like it. Hey, I got elected as a Republican candidate. So apparently there are a lot of blue-collar, working-class Republicans out there who overlook the fact that I'm a never-Trumper. Remember, no never-Trumper has won an election.
Wow.
No, when you're a never-Trumper in the Republican Party, let's face it, think Cheney, right? You're dead on arrival. You're persona non grata. I survived that because people said, no, we know Curtis. 42 years, he's been out there. He's been busting his shoes. He's the real deal. He's not going to candy coat things or say, well, really? I bet. No, he didn't vote for Donald Trump, and he admits it. He didn't have to say that, right? How do you know who I voted for?
I don't know. Yeah.
I took selfies. I broke the law. You're not supposed. Imagine this. There's a law that says you can't take a selfie of the scanned paper ballot, that you fill out.
Wow. I mean, you're in there with it. Come on.
So the first time, 2016, I voted for myself because I said, that's it. I'm not voting for Hillary or Trump. Second time, Brock Pierce, and I took selfies because people said, come on, how do we know you did that? That's because I have documentary evidence.
I love it. Was it mostly Trump's tweets that turned you off, or, even when he was running? When did you realize, I'm not going to vote for this guy?
It's like every day I was getting a vertigo, from all the tweets. And the things that he was commenting on that I said, why are you getting involved in that? You got really important stuff to deal with here. I like some of the stuff he did taking on Red China, the menace of Red China. I liked the fact that he allowed for experimental drugs, which saved my life, that didn't require 10-year FDA approval because I've had stage 4 prostate cancer, ileitis, colitis, chronic Crohn's disease that I had, as you know, shot 5 times with hollow point bullets. So a lot of those experimental drugs actually saved my life. I like the fact that he got people out of prison who were incarcerated for years and years and years. But then he would go into these tirades about other things. Donald, chill out, man. It's like, relax. Yeah. It's almost like you need a mood elevator. I wanted to introduce him to my electronic dance music because that's my mood elevator. You need a mood elevator. Because, man, he'd want to go to war against everyone, including his own family sometimes, his own friends.